See, these little things that we go through on earth is the same similarities that we're going to meet in the spirit world. That's why a lot of people who die, they don't know that they died because the similarities are so similar.
Okay, what's the proper pronunciation of the blue vervain? Is that it? Blue vervain?
BLUE, right? Blue, BERVAIN, vervain.
Because somebody said they thought you were saying yellow duck and bluebird vein. Yellow dock.
Yeah, yellow dock. DOCK.
And that's for?
That's for iron.
Okay.
That's iron. That's iron. That's for your bloodstream. That cleans out any mucus in the bloodstream. It's gonna clean it out.
The bluebird vein is for the worms?
Yeah, that's iron based too. Yeah.
Is it for other things as well, not just?
Yeah, it got different minerals in it. It's basically it's cleansing you out. So it's to sum it up, to make it simple, understood. It's just cleaning out mucus that's in the bloodstream. That's all it's doing. It's like Drano. It cleans out the buildup. It breaks it down. But being that it's alkaline, that's how it's breaking it down. If it was the acid, it wouldn't be helping. It'll be more mucus building up. All the pharmaceuticals give you acidic drugs. All them drugs that they give you, the iron pills that they give you, is an acid form of iron. That's in the inorganic state. That's in the rock state. You got to get that iron from the plant state. It got to be transmuted to be organic, and then you get it from an organic standpoint, not from an inorganic. When you take the iron rock, it's just like you're taking a rock off the ground and digesting it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna produce buildup, constipation in your bowel. You ain't gonna be able to. It's gonna build up constipation because it's an oxide, it's an acid. It's not an alkaline. The only way you got to get everything on the plant form to get your alkalinity.
Let me ask you this on a real practical level. With everybody being on the run, man, with work and things, and people have kids and juggling a lot of stuff. What is something that if you're out and about, that you may be able to eat to substitute stopping and getting fast food, whether it be something for breakfast on the run, or is there anything you can get on the run? Do you need to prepare your meals at home before you head out? Do you need to have all this planned out?
Yeah, it depends on your level.
On the run,
Right. It depends on your level of discipline. You are the self-controller. I'm the self-controller of my order. So, I make my own food a lot. I really don't eat out like that to say. I make a lot of my own food because I'm trying to get this. So I'm trying to really cut out all the acidic foods. But I still eat acidic things. Don't get me wrong. Oh yeah, I may indulge in this and that, but I don't eat no meat, of course. I don't indulge in no flesh at all. That's out the game. That's done. Never again. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it depends on you. I really don't eat out like that. I prepare a lot of my foods at home. I eat a lot of almonds. Almonds are alkaline. Almonds are alkaline 10 on the pH scale. Alkaline 10, that's highly alkaline. So you can just get you some almonds and eat you some almonds, and you getting your alkalinity. You staying healthy. You ain't getting sick. When I was in school, I was in school for medical labeling and coding, and all my classmates were females. But there was this one particular time in the winter season, everybody got the flu, not a cold, but the flu. I mean, everybody in the classroom got it, but they wondering why I ain't get it. And that's when I had to explain to them the concept of acid and alkaline. That sickness and disease cannot exist in an alkaline environment. So as long as you keep your body highly alkaline, sickness and disease can't penetrate it. If doctors tell you this, they won't get paid because you'll be healthy. You'll then figure it out, and you don't need them no more. You'll start preparing like yourself, like I did. Dr. Say be charging $3,000, $4,000. I just took notes, and I'm doing it for free now. So it depends on your drive and your motivation to do it. Do you want to really do it, or do you just want to spend the money, or let somebody do it for you? So it depends on the individual drive.
Like you're gonna pay now or pay later, right?
Right. I can charge. I can charge.
Yeah.
I know the technique now, so I could play the. You don't know when I got you now. You gotta charge, but I ain't charging nobody. You know how many people I prepared herbs from out of my pocket for free and gave it to them and ain't asked for nothing, but they'll come back and declare that they've been cured from the sickle cell, the diabetes, the hepatitis, free of charge. I know the Creator. I know the Creator. I ain't saying ain't nothing wrong with charging, but I have a fear of the Creator on that level that I don't want to get caught up in that.
No, exactly, man. I think there was a lot of the prophets even within the scriptures, man. Like, I think it was Elijah. He healed some people and stuff, and they tried to pay him. He said, "No, keep your money. I don't want your money."
Because at the end of the day, it's not about a financial gain, and if you fall for that financial gain, then you're playing the game of the subservient false gods. Then you're becoming a subservient slave to these false gods. So it's a thin line. It's not easy. You could fall off on that and pick up another way and think, it's not easy. The temptation that we have out here that we facing, it's not easy to walk a straight path because we still mortal flesh. And we can't escape our reality of being flesh beings. We can't escape desire, temptation, hunger. You can't run from that. That's part of the lower self, the beast self of mortals. So it's like it's not an easy task,
All right, I believe we have a caller from New York. We have a caller on the line from New York. Who am I speaking with?
360.
Shalom, brother. What's going on?
Peace. I was just listening to y'all brothers online. It's the first time I ran across this website. Just caught my interest and incited me a lot of stuff that I'm doing wrong. I didn't even know. This is great right now. I'm just writing notes, just trying to figure out how I could change my ways to become more alkaline and healthy and spiritual, cleansed and lighter. So I'm just taking notes and listening. But I was wondering, is there a website that you have that we could figure out how to become more alkaline and have better diet, the right kind of foods? Because there's a lot of disinformation out here. People are telling you what kind of vitamins to take, and actually they're all bad for you. And I just want to get off of that path. I want to be on the right path. Start taking care of my body. I just turned 41 and I feel like I'm 50.
Wow, okay. Well, I don't have to say a website with that particular information. But, I have a youtube.com/Oahspe 101 where, I put up a lot of videos there. But what I could do was just start putting up some videos concerning health, which is a more practical and more wideable ranging audience to talk, to reach about. Because to me right now, health is the number one thing. We can't talk about no spirituality until we get this health thing down packed.
Exactly.
So, you could take my email if you want, and email me, and I could email you some information that you could cite up, and then you could start investigating this information, and then you could start, putting two to two together and figuring it out like I did, and then you'll be self-sufficient on your own and wouldn't have to rely on nobody telling you nothing because you done figured out the factors, the science.
True. Okay, I can do that.
All right, it's Selah, S-E-L-A-H.
S-E-L?
Yeah. A-H.
S-H?
No, A-H.
Oh, A-H, okay.
Shalom, S-H-A-L-O-M, at yahoo.com.
Okay.
You give me a link, and I'll send you all the herbs that I use that I cure people with disease with, and then if we start expounding, I'll tell you the exact process that I do that I cure disease with, that I help people cure disease with.
Wait, that's what's up.
Then you can start purifying your body, and you'll notice the difference. I get 3-4 hours of sleep, and I got full energy. I'm all day.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like you'll definitely notice the difference when you start taking it, and then your ears will start getting keen. You'll start hearing your senses will start getting real keen. It's like cleaning out wax out your ears to say, because you're starting to heighten your sense of spirit.
Yeah, because I try to meditate, and it's very confusing. It's very hard to block out the inner noise in my head, and that's probably why, because I'm not healthy inside yet.
Right. Don't worry. Meditation is cool, but I wouldn't let that be the main focus. Start with the dietary law. Start with the physical, because you got to understand the physical before we could talk about the spiritual and the meditation, because we could be drawn in entities that, because of our impurity, we drawn in evil entities. Because the more you purify your body, it's light you reject, you're emitting. And the evil ones can't come to the light. They stay away from the light. That light burned them. So when you meditate and then you get clear, then you will receive light beings compared to dark beings, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to add to that, man, because I definitely always want to, interject that the fact that if anybody's dealing with any type of spiritual practice or trying to meditate or trying to get themselves right or whatever the case is, you definitely want to clear up all the stuff that you have going on in the physical realm before you try to start doing anything spiritual, because basically my story is that, when I was a teenager, I was like 14 when I was getting into the craft and getting into some occultic principles and trying to communicate with the other side. But at the same time, I was drinking real heavily, using drugs, and I was robbing people, and I was just like a dirty dude, like a real dirty dude, and I was trying to, touch the other side. And when I did, I touched some stuff that I basically bit off more than I can chew, because with me doing all this negative stuff and robbing people and fighting random people for fun and stuff, just crazy stuff that I was doing, when I crossed over to the other side, I met those spirits that was around me, and they almost drove me insane. But now, if you are walking a righteous life and seeking the truth and trying to do good unto others as you would have them to do unto you, if you're walking that lifestyle, you don't have nothing to worry about. You don't have nothing to worry about, because a lot of people, a lot of church people or whatever, they hear the term meditation, or they hear, close your eyes and look within, and they think that you're dealing with demons. You're going to be dealing with demons if you're dealing with demons on a physical level. If you're dealing with lower level negative stuff, trying to mess over people and all that, you got something to worry about. But if you're not dealing with anything like that, there's nothing to worry about on the other side.
Exactly. That's well said.
Very well said.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, where'd you see the site at, man? Did you was it through TalkShoe or what?
Yes sir, TalkShoe.
That's what's up. But yeah, man, definitely check out his site. Just go to YouTube and actually type in Selah Shalom, and his stuff will pop up. You can check out the shows that we have archived as well. You can go to truthseekahmusic.com. That's my site, and that's where we host all the shows at and post them all on YouTube, so you'll actually be able to listen to this one.
Truthseekah Music?
Truth, TruthSeekah, music.com, truthseekahmusic.com. We'll have all the shows on there. There's some, I actually do music. I've got some music on there, which are talking about a lot of the things that we're speaking about tonight, and kind of laying the blueprint for some of the stuff that I'm actually speaking on in my music. So that's why we're doing the shows, and just really connecting, man, with people like yourself and people who are searching, man. So that's why we're here. So you can actually contact me through the website as well. We do this show every Wednesday. Usually we're doing it Thursday this week because of the holidays and everything, but we'll definitely be up doing it next week as well. So definitely tune in, man. I appreciate you calling.
Next Thursday or Wednesday?
It'll be next Wednesday. It's going to be every Wednesday. We're just off this week.
At what time? At this time?
Yeah, it'll be 9 Central.
9 Central. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast.
Sweet. Well, all right, man. Thanks for the call, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave you on the line, and you can listen on the line. We got we got another caller, Super T.I. Did you have a question or a comment? Hey, how's it going, Super T.I.? Your mic's cutting out really bad. I don't know if you have a computer mic or...
Question.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Try it again. Yo, you there?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Did you have a question or comment?
Yeah, what's this show about? The Annunaki, are they aliens?
Some people would refer to them as aliens. We're basically talking about the angelic order and the heavenly realms with the information from the Bible, Oahspe.
Okay.
And
do you follow the Mayan calendar?
He just gave a little bit of information about how the date for the Mayan calendar was off.
Because it's past. It was the 21st, so when the Mayan calendar ended, nothing happened.
You want to expound on that a little bit, Selah?
Yeah, because, you're right. Nothing happened, because nothing's supposed to happen. It was a hype from the beginning, as far as the date. Because you can't apply a Roman calendar date to indigenous Native American prophecy. That right there should let the people know that this is off. Now, one thing I do know is that all indigenous tribes follow the moon cycle. And if you apply that same date to the moon cycles, maybe that may be, more entertaining if you want to entertain that prophecy. Me personally, that's not a big thing to me. I don't entertain it. And then when you hear the Mayan prophecy, they speak of enlightenment, awakening. But when you hear it from the media, you're hearing destruction and warfare. So we got a clash of prophecies going on here. Mm-hmm. But then they telling you this fictional date based off the Roman calendar.
Yeah.
But let's say if we was dealing, say the Mayans was dealing with the moon calendar, and they was referring to 12/21/2012. Now, if you apply that to the moon calendar, it'll be the 12th moon cycle, 21st night and day of the moon. So I put up a vid on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, showing how this could be the date that y'all believe in. Not saying I believe in it, but I'm just showing you as a follower of the moon cycle, applying a real timeline to this thing compared to a fictional Roman calendar date. So when the 21st of the moon comes, you can look at the moon and say, look, boom, it's half and half. And something may happen if such is it to be. But any prophecy, anything concerning events coming from truth is always going to fall on the moon cycle calendar. And the moon cycles and the daytime are coincide. So if it's the 7th night of the moon, it's the 7th day when the sun rises. If it's the 8th night of the moon, it's the 8th day when the sun rises. So you have to be in tune with the moon cycles if you want to understand these prophecies of indigenous tribes. But if you're trying to use indigenous prophecies with the Roman calendar, it ain't going to add up for you. Because you ain't figured out that they're not applying them times. Or even if they had their own calendar, you would have to go and try to decipher their calendar. And if it's a man-made calendar, then that calendar is false too. Because the only true calendar is the moon cycle. Any man-made calendar is false at this point in time. Or even if you dig up some ancient calendar, it'll still be false. But the moon cycle is...
Yeah, I want to add that they actually found some more glyphs that actually have later dates, and it's actually, the calendar actually kept going. They actually, recently found some of these to say that the date was off. And actually, there's a scripture as well. I believe it's in Isaiah. I'm not sure right off. maybe Jeremiah, but it actually talks about how, how the rulers would actually plan to change the times and the dates in the laws.
Right.
How they would actually have you looking for the year 2000 when the year 2000 has already passed.
Right.
In these different things, and you're actually looking for this date, and then whenever the date hits and nothing happens, and then you're like, I knew it was a hoax, and nothing happened. Well, really, like, what I'm saying, these people, followed the sun, moon, and the stars for a reason. They knew what was up. They were in tune with the, with the holy science.
For example,
go ahead.
For example, in the Bible, when it talks about the flood of Noah, it gives a date that the flood took place. It says the second month and the 17th day of the month, the self-same day, the waters came down, right? How would you apply that date if there was no calendar back then, and then the Roman calendar that we follow today? How would you apply this date? But if you understood the moon cycles, you could apply this date. It's the second moon cycle, 17th night and day of the moon, which is a full moon. And the second moon is the spring seasonal moon. You could start putting what time these events took place, what season these things took happen. The flood took place in spring, the second month in spring, based off the moon cycles. Not February, but based off the moon cycles. And on the man-made calendar, the Roman calendar, the false calendar, that'll be around March, April. A lot of the Hebrews, start the Passover around that March, April, but they basing it off the Roman calendar. And then whatever moon it's in that month, they said, when the full moon comes, it's Passover. But it may be 3 moon cycles from that first moon. If you ain't following it daily and getting a weekly, monthly, and yearly understanding of the moon cycles, you can't look at the Gregorian, the Roman calendar, and then look up at the moon and say, it's got to be the other way around.
Yeah, like the New Year's are totally different. Like every continent, and every civilization has a calendar and a different New Year's, and it falls on a different day and stuff,
Right.
So it's kind of funny when you see these pastors who are supposed to be these teachers of spiritual knowledge and know something, and they're going by the American.
Exactly.
The American New Year and the New Year past, and say, well, this is the year of so and so, and the Lord spoke to me, and this is the year. It's like, what Lord you speaking of? Because if you even speaking about the Lord of the Scriptures, His calendar is totally different. His New Year ain't even came yet. How are you putting words in His mouth?
Like you said, being a student of the Scripture as well. Mm-hmm. He gave you the calendar in Genesis 1:14 and 15, where He says, I placed the sun and the moon. And these are for signs, seasons, days, and years. So from that verse, people should have started citing up the moon and following it from that verse there, so they can start understanding.
Yeah, they just go backward, man. They got you demonized for staring at the moon and sun, man.
Exactly.
For looking at the stars.
Exactly.
When they really, if you looked up who these people were, who the patriarchs of the Scriptures are, Samuel and these characters were, like you said, seers. The word seer means a stargazer. They were stargazers. See that?
So they and the Egyptians, the greatest master builders, in modern ancient time, they was astronomers. They was in tune with not only the moon cycles, but with the constellations. So it's like they dealing with the Creator, and that's what people don't understand. Come out of these books. Once you get the knowledge of the book, come out of it and observe it, like you say, in everything. And then that becomes the book. Everything around you becomes the book. My moon cycle chart is the book now. I don't have, that's my book.
Yeah.
My son, he can look at that and say, damn, Daddy, you've been following these moon cycles, that, boom. And then he start following it. And then generations, and then we have a chart and the cycles and sequence and order is back on the earth again, and these false calendars start dwindling away. They gotta go, because like you said, everybody's following a false sense of time. And if we're supposed to be dealing with the Creator, we gotta let these calendars go and come back to the moon cycle, because it's a universal calendar. If it's the 7th moon today, it's the 7th moon across the world too. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a scary thing, man, for people to let go of religion because they're so, they're so clung to it, and they're so taught that if they leave their religion or if they